Hey all, thanks for sticking by. Uh, I would have had my video up last night, but due to the fact that we had a bit of an inclement weather situation here in my home state of Oklahoma, which is well known for its bad weather, I had to prepare some things to go stay at a relative's house who's not too far from where I live, but just in case power got shut down in my apartment. Plus, doing laundry, I'll either switch between a laundromat or coming to a family member's house. And I had to take care of that, so that made it hard to get done, or else I would have had my video up last night. But I just wanted to touch bases with y'all. Today, we were supposed to have the internship class at the hospital, but due to the inclement weather, those were canceled, as were lessons at church. And so it's kind of given me a day to relax, which, when you're preparing for classes in grad school, as well as working and doing an internship, that is always valued. Any time to relax is good. And so I got to sleep in a little bit, got to watch some TV, work on my curriculum, go over my FAFSA, and just make sure I'm not too behind on some things. And one of the things I talked about in my sort of brusque video last time was just the idea of what to do with functioning labels and how to deal with that. And one of the things I want to clarify, in case I was not careful enough in how I elaborated on that, is that for me, dealing with a functioning label is kind of a difficult thing, but at the same time, it has its positives. But having the stigma of I have to place myself on an autistic scale, I think that does create anxiety at times. That being said, I tend to be one who likes the old terminology of the DSM-4 of Asperger syndrome versus PDD. I feel like that's good, but because of whether it's incompetence in certain uh, mental health professionals, or just how things might appear from individual to individual, I can see where just having autism spectrum disorder as an overall diagnosis is much more positive. Um, but going back to just the CPE, specifically the clinical pastoral education, two things that we've had to do are the weekly reflections, which I'll go over mine, as well as setting goals. And I like that they're having us clarify and explain what our goals in the clinical pastoral education program are. Why are we here? What can I learn? And looking at my goals, we had the professional learning objectives and then the personal. And the two professional I picked were working on interfaith relations, as well as development of interpersonal skills. And then lastly, under personal goal, I put to be more present uh, in the things that I do, rather than just focusing on what I'm going to do next. And that really helped me because interpersonal skills are always first and foremost for somebody with my condition, autism spectrum disorder. And then one of the things that I can struggle with, and this will create anxiety, is as I am working on those set personal goals or professional goals, it's hard to stay in the moment and just do the things that you need to do to accomplish those set goals. And I feel like that's fairly typical for me, is I will get so goal oriented, it's hard for me to focus and appreciate the things that I have around me and to be thankful. And that's really, I feel like, held true in making friends and working on my art and my music, is just to be present in what I'm doing and get so focused on what I want to see that I never really get to do it. And it's one of those deals where it's kind of like the destination versus the journey. I don't like thinking that it's not the destination, it's the journey you're on that you should be focused on, because then you don't really have a clear set focus about what you're going to do, and you can kind of just get tossed anyway here and there. However, there is a truth in the fact that if we get too caught up in the destination, we can't do the things that would get us to the destination. So, being present in the moment is something that I am trying to focus on rather than anxiously focus on the next step, um, and learning to enjoy the moment. And then on a weekly reflection, it asked me, what are some significant experience you had this week as it relates to pastoral care? And the big thing here, and this is really where personal goals of interpersonal skills come to play in a pastoral context, is it's an interfaith environment, you know, and I want to work on my ability to navigate those environments. But at times, people might say things that you might theologically or spiritually or religiously not identify with or agree with, and not even to correct, but the natural inclination is to say, well, this is what I think, in a manner that might contradict what that person has to say. And one thing that I'm learning in this experience is to hear the other party out and to try and see things from another person's perspective, which is very important. And so this is a really good experience for me because it's teaching me to be more open in my communication, to be more in the moment, and also to be willing to work with other people who may have an opposing view. And in the long term, my plan is just to be faithful and develop pastoral skills as much as possible. And I appreciate the journey. Um, so yeah, if you guys want to keep following along with me, I will keep you updated in these videos. And here's my vlog. Once again, I'm still learning the YouTube ropes, and I've got grad school, and I have the work and the internship that I'm all working on. And so feel free to keep me updated. And also, once again, if you are on the autism spectrum or you know somebody that is on the autism spectrum, what are some things that you're getting from this that you could apply to your own personal life? Or what are some questions that you might have in my journey to better integrate what I've learned in social skills to pastoral practice? And what are some things that you would say are that you would identify as strengths and weaknesses in your own ability to navigate any area of life that you are currently in? And hope to hear back from you, and feel free to subscribe, like this video. Have a great day. Bye.